Guys, so today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite sandwich style card tricks. Now if you've been following me for a while, you're probably going to notice that I really have a thing for these tricks. I don't know what it is, but the sandwich style card tricks, the endings are always pretty cool, so this is kind of the reason why they're my favorite, but let's go ahead and get started. So you can see I can just go ahead and pull off the two blackjacks, and they're going to be staying with us for the rest of the trick. So if you were here, I would go ahead and I would let you shuffle up the deck, but you're not, so I'll go ahead and do it right now. Now, let's go ahead and say this deck is all shuffled up. Now what I want you to do is to pick any card from the middle. So I want you to sandwich them in between these two blackjacks. So go ahead and take the first one and place it behind any card in the deck. So let's say here. And we'll take the second one and we'll do the same thing. We'll just place it right above that card. So now it's completely sandwiching just one card. Now, I'll go ahead and spread out the deck so you actually believe me here. You can see that you have the first jack, and they are sandwiching just one card. And another thing that I want you to notice is that they are actually somewhere in the middle, not exactly, but they are in the middle of the deck. So the goal of mine, or my goal, is to just figure out which card these two blackjacks happened to sandwich here. Now, it's kind of impossible to tell, but I just might be able to do it. So I'll go ahead and I'll give you the three cards so you know I'm not doing anything funny with them. And now what I'm going to do here is just go ahead, I'm going to find the soulmate to your selected card. So I believe right here, the three of clubs is going to be the soulmate to your selected card from the beginning of the trick. So if you want, go ahead and just flip over this card from the middle, and there it is. Alright guys, so that is the trick. I hope you like it, and don't forget to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's how you're going to be able to do the trick. This trick isn't generally for beginners, but it's not really that difficult either, so this is right around the middle of difficulty level. So if you are a beginner, this is probably a good trick for you to start branching out and advancing. So just a little heads up for you. So here's what you can do. You go up to the spectator and you can say, to start off the trick, let's go ahead and take the two blackjacks. Now this can be any two of a kind, it doesn't really matter, but just make sure they're matching. So from here you can say, okay, so we're going to leave these cards off to the side, and if the spectator can shuffle cards, go ahead and ask them to shuffle up the deck. You want them to make sure that they know that the deck is random and shuffled up. So from this point you can just go ahead and spread the cards, and you tell the spectators, go ahead and sandwich any card with these two blackjacks. Now you're going to want to go ahead and explain that to them, considering they're probably not going to even know what you're talking about. So you tell them, go ahead, sandwich one card. So place the blackjack just below any random card in the deck, and then take the next jack and place it right above it, right there. So now you can see that there's one card sandwich in between the jacks. Okay, so now once the spectators have done that, you just close up the pack. You haven't really done any moves yet. I mean, this is all pretty much legit here. There's no magic going on yet. So basically, there's a few points you need to tell the spectators. So you say, okay, you can see now from this point, you're just going to spread the cards and show them that there's one card in the middle, so they really trust you. So you say, okay, look. So you can see the jacks have completely sandwiched just one card, and you close the deck back up, and you want to make sure that these jacks stay square through like the entire performance. So just make sure a couple of times while you're showing them, you want to make sure that they're fairly squared up and even with each other. Now after you go through the deck and you show the spectators that the jacks have sandwiched one card, right after you do that, you want to flip the deck just like that. And then you tell the spectators that that their cards are roughly in the middle or the center of the deck. And now as you say that, you're going to be doing a couple things. All you're going to do is move the deck just a little bit forward. So here's regular dealer's grip. You're just going to move it just a tad bit forward. You're going to have to play around with that a little bit, but you're going to see what I mean in a sec. So the second thing you need to be doing is applying a little bit of pressure inwards. So you need to be applying a little bit of squeezing pressure against the deck. And now here's what you're going to do. As you're talking to the spectators and as you say, okay, so you can see your cards are roughly in the middle of the deck. Now, as you're talking, you're just going to push their two cards down in the center of the deck. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you're gripping the deck and you push these cards and these cards are flush, so you want to make sure they're even, like I said, as you apply pressure on the deck, and push down at the same time, at the bottom, their card should be able to come through the bottom of the deck, but they're not going to be able to see it if you elevate the deck and have your hand in a good placement where they're not going to be able to see it. So here's the magic. Here's like basically the sleight of hand here. You can see their card comes through the bottom. This is the card that's actually sandwiched between the jacks. So you tell the spectators, okay, so you can see your cards are in the middle of the deck, and as you're pushing this down, their card will pop out, and just for a brief second you can see it, and then you're going to close it back up. So you can say, okay, so you can clearly see your cards are in the middle of the deck, and you want to remember that card. So if this card happens to be the 5 of spades, just remember the 5 of spades, square the pack up, and that's where you are from there. Now, from the spectator's angle, they shouldn't be able to see it. So this is where you're going to have to practice in a mirror a few times. So go ahead, just to recap, the cards are going to be flush, hands a little bit tense, just a little bit squeeze power. You're going to push down, and their card will come to the bottom. They're not going to be able to see it if you angle it right because your hand's going to be covering it. And you say, okay, so your cards are somewhere in the middle. And now from this point, you're just going to be remembering that their card is the 5 of spades. So you say, okay, from this point, I'm going to have to try and figure out what your card is, but it's pretty impossible. So from this point, you just take out their cards, and you say, hold on to these so you know I'm not doing any funny moves. You give this to the hands of the spectators. You turn the deck over face up, and you spread the cards. So you say, okay, so it's going to be pretty much impossible for me to figure out what your card is, but I think I have a guess. What I'm going to do is pull out the soulmate to your card. So you're going to say, look, so right here I have the 5 of clubs, so my prediction is that your selected card is the 5 of spades. So all you have to do is tell spectators, so go ahead and flip over that card. They're going to flip it over. It's going to be the 5 of spades, and this generally, guys, this is a really awesome trick, and the effect, the ending, is going to really blow your spectators away. So I hope you guys like this trick, and thanks for watching.